72% of the population lives in its three biggest cities, Taipei, Kaohsiung, and Taichung. Veteran traveler and American showman Brook and I continue our exploration of the third largest, Taichung. As a city designed and developed later than the other cities, there was much more consideration given to city planning, and the open spaces gave architects and designers much more freedom. Themed restaurants, open-air coffee shops, and design tea houses are prevalent, and it's a good place to meet other like-minded artists and designers. We're waiting to meet up with Brian, an architect, whilst enjoying this gallery-like coffee shop. It actually makes waiting feel rather enjoyable. Hi, Brian, let me introduce you. This is Brian. Brian, this is Brook.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah. 请坐，请坐。
谢谢。
Brian is actually a very famous designer here in Taichung. So a lot of the motels, a lot of the restaurants, tea shops, Brian has been involved with.
Great. I look forward to seeing your work.
Yeah, 他很想看到你的东西。Earlier, we saw how climate can affect the design of a city. Open space is another advantage Taichung has over Taiwan's other crowded cities. And of course, as any real estate agent will tell you, the three most important things are location, location, location. Taichung, as the central city, is often a layover city, and as such, from the need of a hotel room sprung up the incredible and sometimes overly extravagant motel rooms for cheap. New ones are always springing up, and they will, more often than not, have the wow factor. Wow. What do you think?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
huge.
They're called love motels, but really they're just exotic, huge open space hotel rooms. And Taichung is geographically located in between Kaohsiung and Taipei. So a lot of people, when they're driving up and down, you know, Taichung is a nice place for them to rest.
Stop in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. And Taichung also has, you know, huge spaces like this, you know, huge beds, huge TVs, just wide open spaces, because it is a wider area where it's not so concentrated. And if you have a choice like this, I mean, who wouldn't want to rest here for 2 hours?
I have a question. In this room, I sort of feel still using the wood and the earth elements, but it has sort of like a Northern Africa, Moroccan feel.
Yeah.
我们自己走的格调是属于比较就是用空间、用建筑串联出很多的场景。当这个空间进来之后，你可以体验几件事情。第一就是说，你可以参观它的设计。第二个部分就是说，当你累的时候，你其实可以来这边休息一下。Motel 来讲啊，其实来这个地方是在消费这个空间。
Oh, I'm too hot. Let me go
Yeah,
swimming.
go swimming in my own private pool.
Oh, I'm too wet. Dry up.
This is only something you would ever expect in one of those shows, you know, lifestyle of the rich and famous. But here you have a room that you can rent for the night for just less than $200, and you get to experience that lifestyle of the luxurious, you know, and it's a design hotel that anybody can come to and anybody can afford. I'm gonna dry myself over here now.
The rooms that we've seen have a definite Asian flavor to them, and I think being a Taiwanese designer, I think he grew up here and he studied here, and I think definitely his own personal Asian experience is evident in his rooms. But I think they're also very modern, and they are just as interesting as any of the major design hotels around the world.
As we've seen, space is an important factor in the cultural landscape of Taichung. But how do you go about filling up that space? Outdoor walkways, plazas, and parks are always a nice addition to any city. And added to the architecture, artwork, and design furniture available here, music is also another great option to fill up that space. Taichung just happens to be home to one of the most vibrant music scenes in Taiwan, if not all of Asia. Here we are at a night out in Taichung. Now, Brook, I mentioned that Taichung is the city of culture. Well, I don't know if I mentioned that it's also a city that offers the International Jazz Festival.
Ooh.
And you know Spring Scream, right?
Yeah, of course. It's one of the biggest festivals in all of Asia.
All of Asia. Well, the idea of it actually originated here with just a few musicians who got together, were kind of jamming, and then it just kind of exploded from there. So, Taichung is a great place to check out some live music. Now that's enough talk. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Walking along Taichung's streets and hearing live bands is like walking down 6th Street in Austin or Bourbon Street in New Orleans, where there is always something perfect for whatever mood you're in. The only difficult decision you have to make is knowing which of the mini bars to stop in for some live music. Makes you wonder where all this talent is hiding during the day. Bring on the fire, welding torches, and green sunglasses? Brooke and I, please excuse the pun, horse around right after the break.